Hi everyone, it's Agnieszka Murdoch from 5 Minute Language. Welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a like. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the 30 most common preposition mistakes in English. Prepositions are really difficult because you really have to learn them off by heart. You have to memorize them, and often there is no logic to what preposition you should use. So it's really easy to make lots of mistakes. So let's get started. So the first one is on time and in time. The mistake is that many people think they are the same thing, or they use each of them in the wrong situation. So they actually mean completely different things. On time means that you weren't late. So for example, I arrived on time. I was supposed to be there at 10 and I was there at 10. In time, however, means that you arrived and there was still time left to do something. So for example, we arrived at the party just in time to have some drinks. So there were still drinks available, there was still time to have drinks, and we were there just in time to have some. The next mistake, arrive to. So I often hear students say, I arrived to London. This is not correct. You should say, I arrived in London. So with cities and countries, you use in. I arrived in the United States. But with specific places, you use at. So for example, I arrived at my friend's house discussing about. That's not correct. You can talk about something, but you discuss something. So there is no preposition. We discussed the latest Tarantino film last night by foot. That's not correct. You go somewhere on foot. We didn't get the bus. We went there on foot. On the picture. I know it's tempting to say that, but the correct version is in the picture. What can you see in the picture? Have you ever been in England? No, that's not correct. You should say, have you ever been to England? Now, to get married, you can be in a relationship with somebody, but you can't get married with them. You get married to them. To insist to do something, no. The correct way to say it is to insist on doing something. So for example, he insisted on paying for my coffee. He really wanted to pay for it. He doesn't listen me. No. You should say listen to somebody or something. So my friend never listens to me. To recommend someone to do something? No, that's not the correct way of saying it. You recommend that somebody does something. So there is no preposition. We just use that. So I recommend that you don't eat too much sugar. To be good at something. You are good at something, not in something. So I'm really good at maths. To try a dress. When you go shopping and you want to wear something for a minute to see if it fits, you try it on. So I tried on the dress. On the traffic lights? No. You should say at the traffic lights. So go straight on and then turn left at the next traffic lights. Don't say she lives in number 10 Oxford Street. Instead, say she lives at number 10 Oxford Street. Another mistake I often hear is when people say, don't worry for doing something, like don't worry for interrupting. That's not correct. You should say, don't worry about something. So don't worry about interrupting me. In television? No. You should say on television or on TV. So I watched this amazing show last night on TV. The same goes for internet. So it's on the internet rather than in the internet. To depend of something, that's a mistake. To depend on something. So I want to go out, but it depends on how I feel. The next mistake is mixing up for and since. So for is when you talk about the amount of time. For example, I have known you for 2 years. And since is when you talk about when something started. So I have known you since 2012. To ask to somebody, that's incorrect. You ask somebody, so there is no preposition. So I asked my teacher what her name was. To prefer something than something, that's another mistake. You should say to prefer something to something else. So I prefer oranges to bananas. To respond an email, you need a preposition there. So it should be to respond to an email. It means to reply to it. So I responded to your email yesterday. Now, another mistake I often hear is people using than with inferior and superior. You should say to. Congratulations! What preposition do you use? Many people say for, but that's incorrect. So you shouldn't say congratulations for getting married. You should say congratulations on getting married. Similar as, no. You should say similar to. So my brother is really similar to me. Go to home? No. There is no preposition. We just go home. I really want to go home now. To wait something. Again, you need a preposition there. So you wait for something. Enter to. That's a mistake. You enter something. So there is no preposition. I entered the building. Smile to somebody? No, that's incorrect. You smile at somebody. When I saw my friend, she smiled at me. And the final mistake I often hear is to do with the phrases near and close. So people often say near to, but really you shouldn't have a preposition there. You just say near. There is a bakery near my house. But if you want to use close, you need to. So the bakery is close to my house. I hope you found this video useful. Give it a thumbs up and tell me in the comments what is the most annoying preposition mistake that you make in English. And I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe as well. Bye.